Hey y'all, Miss Uncut here. Or you call me Smooth, either one. How's your day going? Oh man. So, apparently, we should. Thanks. Hey. Hey. Oh man. Journeys. Journeys, y'all. Journeys. The fuck? Journeys. Some bullshit. So, this is a beautiful thing for me. I don't know how long I gotta wear this. I don't know how long I gotta wear this here, but I get bored very quickly. I get bored quick. I'm like, damn, how long do I have to fucking keep this hairstyle? Because I don't want to keep it. I'm so used to switching shit. But you guys should already know. I'm already like, what I'm trying to fucking do. Keep this fucking music producer off my ass so he can stop giving fucking Nicki Minaj my fucking work and whatever the fuck I say and my content and my fucking creativity. So I had to like really dumb that shit the fuck down. And it's like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh yeah, Nicki wouldn't fucking do this, so like Nicki wouldn't do that. She wouldn't wear her hair like this. So I'm like, yeah, let me do that. Let me do that shit instead. What's up, Black Kurt? Yeah, I got you. Hey, what up? Yo. And fucking Paramount Pictures too at the same time. Like, I'm trying to do things that they dislike. It's fucking annoying as fuck. It's like, oh, because they really think that it's about them. They think my life is about them and shit. She did something for us. Like, we could finally give whoever artist, like, you know what I'm saying, her fucking creativity, her work. Let's use that and shit. Like, I love my hair like this, but I want to switch it, and I can't. And because like I ain't gonna hold y'all, and it might sound a little bit crazy, but like, all right, remember that Rick and Morty fucking episode? Remember that Rick and Morty episode and shit where, you know what I'm saying, like if you have like any type of possessions, like sunglasses, as they say, right? Or like keys or whatever, or like a ring or something like that, and because a person's presence is still on it, and because it is a sentimental value and things like that nature, somebody could pull the energy off of it, right? So like, I guess the devil was supposed to be, he was supposed to be the person that's supposed to be fucking cursing that item or whatever, like if you have it in your possession or whatnot, right? So then what happens is like, I left my fucking sunglasses. I don't know where I lost them shits. So, you know, Nicki didn't come out with a fucking song or anything like that. Like I said, what up, Black Kurt? She didn't come out with a song, but until recently, until I actually lost my glasses. So like I said, you can actually pull somebody's energy off of that shit, off an item or whatever. So I guess like one of her fucking team members and shit like that got the fucking item, pulled the shit, and now she got a new song, y'all. And during that fucking weekend, like, I said something familiar to what her fucking song was saying, and it's like, it's super annoying. Like, I don't want to keep my hair like this. I get very bored very quickly, so I think I'm just gonna fucking color this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I know she wouldn't do it. I know anybody else wouldn't fucking wear their hair like this or whatever. So I'm just waiting for everything to fucking blow over. It's so fucking annoying to wait this long, because I'm a creative person, and it's like, for me to actually keep my hair this way, it's fucking annoying. Cause I know as soon as I actually do, what the fuck is my key? I know as soon as I do change my hair or something like that, then it's gonna be like, oh, she did something new or whatever. Like, trust me, they're looking for their new victim now. Oh, my kid's right here. Trust me, they're looking for their new victim. I'm like, listen, if they didn't want to fall for it and be a copycat or impersonator for Nicki, you know, like, they make a lot of money off of that shit. Because somebody actually told me that I should. But I can't live my life under somebody else's shadow. I don't want to do that. So I guess the whole thing, like, I'm in, like, on YouTube and shit like that and trying to see who's actually holding their fucking album back. So I guess Cardi was sitting up there waiting for Nicki to come out with her fucking album. So I guess whoever her doppelganger, Cardi B's fucking doppelganger is, or her impersonator, whoever they stealing their energy from or whatever for Cardi to use or whatever, then I guess she's gonna come out with her album. I guess, or whatever. Like, you guys know about the entertainment. I mean, if you don't know anything about the entertainment industry, it'll teach you a lot about rituals. And like, there are so many artists, they will teach you some shit, and they will definitely tell you about how, you know what I'm saying, like, they go about doing rituals and trying to harvest, and, you know what I'm saying, like, keep shit in, like, just keep shit in a lock fucking safe and all of that. Like, yeah, it's a fucking great idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just go get some fire, some cloaks. You feel me? Let's raise and conjure up some shit that we don't know that we conjure up in the fucking world, but we just gonna raise up for some fucking spirits and shit like that. That's some shit. And let's make some fucking music. Let's make a movie. Let's make a track. Let's make something. But are we gonna use, like, are we gonna actually give the person that we're using their energy for anything, you know what I'm saying, to actually compensate their energy, their time, or anything like that? Nah, we are not gonna do that at all whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? They don't know anything about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep the party going. That's how they look at it. It is what it is. I mean, somehow, some way, or eventually, you know what I'm saying, like, the gods and the ancestors want to know what the fuck was going on in the first place. Like, okay, how the hell did you end up here? And then you got people who can't really explain because it's been happening for so long and there wasn't no one to actually break it down. And you need a good communicator to understand what the fuck is really going on. And it was a whole big ass fucking Ponzi scheme, and it was a big scam and shit like that. And to actually put it in words, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, to have that shit locked down and put it in fucking words. Like, how did this happen? And I really think I got the beginning now. I think I have the beginning. I think I have the beginning of the story because it's like, it goes all the way back. But so for people who love stories, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you're like a mystery person, you know what I'm saying? If you like mystery stories, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you like any type of love stories, romance stories, if you like, you know what I'm saying, horror stories, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I think it has all. Within all, in all, you know what I'm saying? Like, this, it has all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's a Lifetime story. Even though it would be a Lifetime story, I think even men be able to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know? Or it could be considered as a fucking Lifetime story and things like that nature. Like, men would be able to fucking watch this shit. That's how crazy it is. Like, you know how certain stories is just like, it doesn't have certain features of mystery or certain, well, no, all stories has features of mystery. Certain stories don't have like as much suspense. And, you know, like, romance is supposed to have suspense, right? Romance is supposed to have suspense. mystery is supposed to have suspense. You know, like even autobiographies, you know what I'm saying, like the nonfiction factor, and this is a whole nonfiction thing, but it does go into fiction factors at some point, like overactive imagination, as they say. I think they call it maladaptive or something like that, or what have you. And that's just like, cause me, I'm like, I love to daydream and things like that nature too at the same time, but like, you know, like just to think the imaginable or the non-imaginable. And like, I feel like every fucking story has some type of, you know what I'm saying, like, as they say, magic, or as they say, like, over imagination, but sometimes it's not even not overactive imagination. Sometimes it can be a true story. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta know, you gotta decipher what part of the fucking story is actually, you know what I'm saying, like, okay, you're overreacting, or, you know what I'm saying, you're over imagining, like, you have that over imagination, like, let's bring that, you know what I'm saying, like, you know how they say, bring it out of the spiritual realm, or out of the fucking 5D into the 3D, as they say. So, for whoever don't believe, you know what I'm saying, whoever don't believe in that, that's on you. That's on you. Thanks, Dominic. I'm not saying that you have to believe in it or whatever when it comes down to certain stories, but certain things are unbelievable, and I think that it do need to be left to the it need to be left on the surface to, like, you know what I'm saying, like, kind of rewire or restructure your mind to understand, like, certain things can really fucking, you know what I'm saying, hit you as hard. It can't, what the fuck is this? Oh, so like it can hit you so hard at times where you won't even fucking believe it. It's like, yeah, I had to, Dominic. I know. Thank you. I have no choice. I have to change it because of my situation right now. I had to change my hair color, like I was explaining to everybody. Yeah, like because as soon as I become very, very interesting, there will be like a music. He said, "You remember me or not?" Yeah, I remember you. Hell yeah. You're the guy with the sock in your mouth. I remember you. You got a fetish. I remember. So, yo, like, it's like, you know, like certain producers, especially when they come down to Paramount and shit like that, they wait for you to get in a certain type of fucking energy so they can actually steal some type of because like they know when you're in the energy of creativity. So they will sit around and wait for you. Thank you. Tap the screen. Shit alive, shit of love, shit of beans. They will wait for your ass to you know, like change, you know what I'm saying, positions within, I guess, like, you know what I'm saying, like within yourself to show that creativity, like within your creative mind. Who in for? Wait, what? So explain. I don't know what that means. Yeah, so when it comes down to it, you know, like it's just the fact that like you make certain moves and people are just like, oh yeah, oh I got it now. Like I could just steal this creativity, or like she says something I can use, or like, and don't get me wrong, people do plagiarize all the fucking time. Certain people, they just flip it a different fucking way too at the same time. But my experience, which I didn't know what the fuck was really going on until, and it's kind of crazy because it's like you wouldn't even, like, I was never into like, you know what I'm saying, like any type of practices as such. You know what I mean? Like, and just be like, oh, well, you know, like, we're just going to steal this fucking person's identity. And what else we're going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, we could also steal her identity and, you know, create, because we, you know, like, we all know the entertainment industry, you know what I'm saying? And whoever doesn't know the entertainment industry as well, you'll definitely learn. You can learn a lot of shit from it and the things that they have set up, you know, and it's like death contracts and things like that. And then you have people who actually try to scam, you know what I'm saying? Like, like you have people that actually try to scam and things like that nature. Black Tiger, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like just know, oh well, I know music execs and I know people in corporate and I know music producers and things like that nature, whatever. And I think that would be a perfect specimen. Specimen. This perfect experiment. This perfect person that would be great to, like we could just trick her into like energetically, or not only that, energetically be creative. And it's like, yeah, no, we'll act like that. Like she's a fucking natural. She's, like, or he, like we're gonna make it seem like that person is so meaningful to us. You know what I'm saying? Like that person never found out like to actually fucking construct the idea. And then to actually brainwash someone into constructing their mind and wiring their brain into such a fucking scam. Imagine like somebody actually does that and try to, start from when you're a fucking kid. Imagine that shit. As to say, like, okay, like we have to start with this over imaginative, this overactive imagination. We're gonna start here, whatever. Like the belief, yeah, no, we're only gonna give them a little bit of confidence, a little bit of esteem, and then the rest is just like, like we're gonna just have them depend on, like depend on us for everything, because like I guess the whole plan was to sit up there and say, well, like you can't do anything without us. Like, okay, well, I thought the whole idea was to actually live your life out here on this fucking planet. Like, but thank you for changing my mind about that. Thank you for really letting the reality set in and shit like that. So I know for a fact that wasn't a big idea, like when it comes down to the industry of entertainment. Like, thanks. I really do fucking appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like now I can really take a second look at what is really going on. I could really take a look at what the fuck is going on. Because you like, cause shit be happening. Like we're gonna have this going on for centuries. Like imagine you guys, like just imagine that shit. Like you just sitting here and you're like, oh well, this person calls themselves like, they've tried to front and make it seem like that they're like, like a real king being or some shit like that or what have you, and you gotta call them king of what? King of shit. Anybody could call himself a queen. Anybody could sit up there and call himself a king. Anybody could sit up there and call themselves a fucking prince or a princess or whatever the fuck you want to call that shit or what have you. You know what I'm saying? But the princess of what? The king of what? The queen of what? Exactly. Because just to let you guys know, in this, like in this, not only in this realm, not only in this dimension, not only on this planet, this world, how somebody has it, I guess somebody, the way that they have it written out, when it comes down to it, and music is supposed to rule the world, right? That's what it's supposed to do. Music is supposed to rule. It's supposed to rule the world and shit like that. Meaning that I feel like that when they say that, it's like, okay, well, since corporate rules it, then, like, how people say, well, like the corporations actually rule the world, things like that. And I'm like, yeah, but why do you give so much power to the corporations? Why do you keep saying that? Because I don't believe that. Why do you keep speaking that shit and spelling it out as to say it's actually true when it's not? Why do you keep telling the universe and the gods and the ancestors that a corporation actually have rule over your fucking life? I didn't know that was the plan for your life. I didn't know that that was for you to actually speak that shit. Into where it has an actual place into your life. You see? If you don't want that corporation, if you actually see what the fuck is going on, as they say for me, you know, like I say, AI doesn't have control over my life. I control AI. I control the corporations because I am the fucking consumer. So I will have what the fuck I need and what the fuck I want because, you know, like, this is my fucking life. And I do not give anyone like, you don't understand? I do not give Wall Street the permission to rule over my life. I use products like anyone else do, but I do not let that product rule me. You see where I'm going with this shit? Like, do you see? Stop giving these people that you don't even fucking know so much goddamn power. That shit is fucking amazing. Because there are other dimensions and other fucking realities, and they understand, they overstand what the fuck is really in control. And so do corporations, and so do Wall Street. And this is the reason why when I tell people, you know, I try to tell people, it's not really true what they say. Everything what they say is not fucking true, especially when it comes down to occults. I mean, I'm talking about both sides. What people deem as bad and also what they deem as good. You know, it's like, oh, well, everything has to be perfect. Well, if everything was perfect, well, I guess everything that's perfect is a fucking mistake. Because that's what perfection is, right? When you actually make a mistake and you fucking learn from the shit, yeah. That is your perfection. There's no need to, you know what I'm saying, overextend and just don't like, oh, I'm gonna fucking worry. Well, for what it looks like, sometimes people can make you, people can actually make you adjust for no reason. You know, like sometimes you already made your mistake and you learn from it, and then somebody else comes along. Somebody else just comes along and be like, oh, well, somebody just comes along and be like, oh, well, you know, let's perfect you even more, but you didn't ask them. You didn't tell them, like, everything was working out with your spirit guides and everything was working out the way it was supposed to be, and then the person just come along and you gave them fucking access to the shit. And you be like, damn. The hell? Like, what the fuck happened? Like... Is that? I'm working out a little bit. Y'all, just a little bit, not too much. So is that a factor? Like, word spells are fucking crazy. That shit is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have your own life. You was put here to fucking live it. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Listen, as far as I know, when it boils down to it, right? Like, it's supposed to be like ancient beings and shit like that, and like they come back, right? And so when they do come back, they're like, oh shit, everything is new. Like, you know what I'm saying? Certain things are built. They're like, damn, we're so fucking skillful. So we want to live through it. We want to see what type of buildings, what the structures are, and things like that. Nature. God's going to experience the new things that was actually built. Humans make it kind of hard for that shit to happen, or certain beings make it hard for that shit to happen, because it's like, yo, let's do racism and let's do discrimination. Like, I didn't know that a building was like, this is for people who are actually spiritual. This is not for people who don't believe. If you don't believe in it, it's cool. You can listen. I'm not kicking you out of my life. Maybe you'll gain a sense, or maybe you'll laugh. Maybe you'll sit up there and be like, oh, I don't believe in that shit. Or maybe you just be like, damn, that makes sense. Depends on your opinion. Just like anybody else, it depends on who the fuck you ask, right? I mean, hey, certain things that you actually got to put together. Everybody's journey is not the same. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does not have to join the same religion. Everybody does not have to deal or have to join the same fucking spirituality. Everybody do everything different, you know what I'm saying? But it is your life. Individually, it is your life. Even though you may live in certain, like, you might do things collectively or congregationally. You know what I'm saying? At the end of it, like they always say, right? You're gonna be judged individually what the fuck you did and what part you played in certain things. And did you actually like try to figure out certain things? Like, I mean, because for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my name was thrown into like some type of Ponzi scheme, right? So it was like, damn. It was like, damn, like, for real. It was like I was the fall guy, as to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm talking about another part from what the fuck happened with that thing up there. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, we got a gambling ring and we're gonna tell everybody. Yeah, you got a gambling ring. Why would you, like, I know me growing up in New York City and knowing about gambling rings and shit like that, you don't really mention that, especially when it comes down to racing and things like that, right? So, oh, we're gonna have our fall guy. And the fall guy is gonna be, let's just go pick a scapegoat. We're gonna have a fucking scapegoat and see what the fuck happens. You know what I'm saying? So I was wondering what was being aimed at me, because you could kind of feel like arrows, like invisible arrows, as to say, like, you know, when somebody looks at you and they grill you and shit like that. Those are called invisible arrows. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we need somebody to actually blame. Like, even though they're not involved, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we got our gambling. We're like, okay, you supposed to really technically keep that gambling ring under wraps. That's what the fuck you were supposed to do. And you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of things wasn't supposed to be disclosed, and you wasn't supposed to sit up there and blame somebody for something that you was fucking announcing. Like, it was like announced. It was announced, like, all over the world. And it was like, well, we're just going to keep attacking this person because this is this person's fault. Why are you blaming anything or anybody? This is the part that I didn't understand. And here I am. Like, I was like, damn, I had to fucking catch all of this bullshit. Like, shit makes sense. Yeah, this shit makes perfect sense. Yeah, like, it really does. Like, you know, announce your gambling ring. that you don't have a fucking license, or you don't have a, you know what I'm saying, an actual street to actually permit to race and things like that nature, and then blame it on somebody like me. Or for everything, anything that actually happened. Yeah, like hit pedestrians, hit kids and things like that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause a fucking wreck when everything could have just been fucking quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, people could have been getting their pink slips, things like that nature. My name didn't even have to be mentioned. Like, this shit been going on forever. It was nothing ever new about the shit in the first fucking place. And then it became like a competition, like, and then it came back to me as a competition. I'm like, competition what? I don't have a fucking car. And then it was like, let's sabotage this, that, and the third. For what? You could have been having fun the whole entire time. Getting girls, gambling. You could have been, like, they could have just been doing everything. Like, what the fuck? Racing, just, you know what I'm saying, like, just doing a damn thing, not hitting pedestrians, not hitting kids, not cause fucking pestilence. Like, I didn't really understand it. And then on top of that, then it was also used, like, it ventured out into, the crazy thing about it is the whole thing ventured out into, like, you know what I'm saying, I guess medical, it was supposed to be. So I guess, like, as many times as somebody's supposed to get in a fucking car accident or whatever, people are just like, oh, you know, let's use this to our advantage and shit like that. Anybody that ends up in a car wreck or whatever, we already got our nurses on deck. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they fucking die, I'm seeing all this shit. I'm like, wow. And somebody's really trying to, I'm like, damn, somebody's really trying to connect my name to what the fuck is going on. I don't even have a car in the first place. Like, make it make sense. And then my son was using it, and then my brother, my sister, everybody. I was like, how does this have anything to do with us? Especially when, you know what I'm saying, like, when you separated yourself 6 to 8 years ago, and you're like, I don't want to be the fall guy. I didn't create that shit. I have my own fucking, you know what I'm saying, I have my own career, what the fuck I'm doing, things like that nature, and understanding and communicating, and not only that, understanding what the fuck is going on around you and to yourself too at the same time. And it was like, oh, if you don't obey to the fucking doctor or to the nurses and stuff like that, where we're causing fucking car crashes and shit like that, and we're trying to blame it on Smooth, we're trying to blame it on Melissa, we're trying to blame it on Miss Uncut and shit like that, or what have you. And it's like, you gotta obey to the car crashes, you gotta obey to, like, you know what I'm saying, like, to the fucking, I gotta do what? Where's my contract? Nobody gave me no memo. Nobody's made me sign no fucking contract. I didn't sign up for this shit when I came here. Like, make it make fucking sense. I'm sitting there like, you can't be fucking serious. This is not a real thing, right? Huh? Is it really? Like, when you get in a car crash and shit like that, do you actually sign up to the fucking racing world and be like, yo, you gotta give up your pink slip and also your fucking life? I'm trying to understand that shit. I gotta do all of that? So now, I'm like, man, like, something's really fucking wrong about this, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole idea not to actually keep the shit under fucking wraps. How do you actually... Mister, your phone. Yeah, no, but I'm traumatized behind that. I have trauma behind that. I was just wondering if you just like face it that way. Appreciate it, thanks. So yeah, like, I was like, how the hell? I'm like, how the fuck does that even happen? Where you actually expose your own Ponzi scheme year after year after fucking year? Act like nobody's gonna fucking know, like nobody's gonna fucking notice. And then blame the person that was never involved in it in the first place. What? ongoingly, every single day. This goes on. I didn't want to be involved because number one, I have a former lover that was, you know what I'm saying, like, he was in it, right? And I had former lovers before him that was in the racing world. But I guess when I met him or what have you, like, I guess that he started getting with the fucking teams and shit. So I was like, why are you exposing your own shit? And what the fuck I have to do with it? That's your lifestyle. If you're gonna do it, I mean, at least don't say my name. Like, I'm not no fucking, what do you call that shit? Accomplice. So what the fuck you doing? Like, and people will stick that shit. For what I heard, that it lasts for maybe like, I would say like a good 10 to 12 years, because it's like, oh, well, you was dealing with that person. So you're like, you knew exactly what the fuck was happening. So we could definitely say, you know, like, we could definitely say that you were like the fucking ringleader of what the fuck was going on. So I was like, 10 years? Like, we wasn't even together. Like, we was only together for 3 years, and we broke up back in fucking 2006, really technically 2013. Got back together around 2016. That shit lasted for like 2 weeks, and then broke up again, and that was the last time that we actually was together. But for what I was hearing in court proceedings, fucking court proceedings and shit like that, it's like, if somebody actually wanted to get him, they could actually come and get me. And I'm like, no. I actually stepped out of that part. Like, that was years ago. So we're not running no secret. There's nothing underground, because if I had anything to do with it in the first place, really technically everybody would have sat up there and had their fucking mouth shut about it. There was no, oh, we're gonna announce it to everybody, especially everybody that don't fucking belong, that don't know how to just keep shit under fucking wraps. So now I gotta play accomplice to somebody. I gotta play accomplice to somebody that I'm not even involved with with anymore. Like, please make it make sense, because I'm sitting here like, I'm just trying to figure this shit the fuck out. Make it make sense. We don't contact each other anymore. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't contacting each other anymore. We wasn't doing, we had no sexual relations after that fact of accomplice to what? So I was like, oh shit, these motherfuckers is really trying to make me take the hit just in case anything was to go down. Anything fucked up. So like, oh, I'm gonna give you our example. Let's just say that a former ex to be like, you know, like let's just say that he actually killed somebody with his car or whatever, like in a vehicle, a manslaughter vehicle fucking accident or whatever, and it was off a race, and he just be like, oh, well, you know, like the original idea for all of this shit, for this, you know what I'm saying, like this gambling ring, because he could have just automatically said, oh, this is a whole fucking gambling ring or whatever, or racing ring or whatever, and just say, well, because since he was putting my name in it every time for clout, every day, well, we're just gonna blame it on her. And that was the mastermind. That's the mastermind right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, you serious? I gotta clear my name. I gotta clear my fucking name. You know what I'm saying? In this fucking lifetime, in this realm, for this shit that just went down. No, I'm not doing it. Fuck. And I know people were like, oh, but you met him, like you guys were going out and y'all was dating and shit like that. Okay, so that means what exactly? What is that supposed to mean to me? Like, what the fuck? Like, what is that supposed to mean to me? Because it don't. If it's over, done. Finito. So I'm like, that's not gonna fucking work for me. I mean, listen, my suggestion, if you like, because I know people Black Tiger is one. Like, they like to get fucking caught for shit that they do. They be like, yeah, come on, test me, challenge me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they made for that shit. They be like, yo, listen, I want to see if I could get caught for this shit, whatever, because it's the thrill of the ride. I understand. Some people actually, they live for that. It depends on what you actually live for. Like, it's been so many different people out here in New York City, right? I don't know, not too many people actually understand. Not too many people actually understand how some people's mind work. It's just like, I want you to catch me. Like, I want to see if you can actually do it. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, make me go to jail and things like that, whatever, and see if you can gather up so much fucking evidence or whatever that I'm doing against you and things like that nature. Some people are like that. Believe it or not. Hey, I live in New York City, okay? So, you know, like, some people will actually put you, what up, quiet son? What's good with you? Some people, and I like, tap the screen, shit of love, shit of beans, shit of love. Listen, I was just telling everybody how some people actually like being caught. What's good, quiet son? I can't call you your other name because you told me not to, you know. But I need you to vouch for this shit because I know you're a New Yorker, you're an original New Yorker, and like in New York, you know how it is. No, like how our country was before the pandemic and before, you know what I'm saying, any of this, right? And you know, like, some people are signed up to certain experiments. Certain people sign up for certain gameplay, right? Certain games and shit like that. And they want to see if they actually get caught in certain, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have people that's in the feds right now. Please tell them, quiet song, like in the comments. Some people actually, like, they create games just to see if somebody will actually figure that shit out. Like, I know you'll never fucking figure that shit the fuck out, and I'm never going to jail for this, that, and the third, or whatever. And even if you do find them out, they be like, yo, well played. And they'll actually get locked up, and they'll be like, yeah. And they'll be like, yo, I thought you would never find out. Like, I thought you would never find out. Like, motherfuckers is crazy. Sick in the head. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know that. Yo, I appreciate you. Tap the screen, shit of live, shit of love, shit of fucking beans. This some bullshit. I'm like, I didn't sign up for this, y'all. Yo, quiet stop. I didn't sign up for this. It's like, yeah, catch me if you can. Catch me if you can mentality. Like, they'll never figure this out. I'm gonna go off the grid, or I'm gonna gain so much influence and things. Like, I know she can never do it. Like, and they see the potential, and it's crazy how it's so like, think about it like this, you guys. Think about this shit. Somebody actually sees the potential in you, right? But they'll be like, he said monkey see monkey. He said monkey don't see, monkey don't talk, monkey don't hear. See no evil, hear no evil. I know. See no evil, hear no evil, say no evil, whatever, right? So it's like, come on, catch me. They like, come on, catch me, because people live a thrill like that. You gotta understand. And this is what New York City is made of, I swear to God. All right, but you would never guess it for yourself that somebody would really want to involve you or even think that you have the mind. Like, I know that person have that type of mind. I'm gonna put it on all that person. I want to see if that person, you know what I'm saying, can see if I'm using them as a fucking accomplice. Yeah, quiet stuff. You already know because you're a fucking original New Yorker, and we seen this shit growing up. It's such a fucking passion because it's just like you see these people with these type of mindsets and shit like that, and like, I'm gonna create this, I'm gonna create that, and that's a long process. It's a lot of process, but it's like, I feel like I understand it because it's like it's kind of worth it. But ask the motherfucker first. Like, I don't want to, like, this should not pertain to my life every It's like, it's that whole thing, like, shh, be quiet. No, they don't want you to really be quiet. They want you to test your skills to see if you can get out of some shit. That's what the fuck, that's where it really boils down to. And some people, like, I'm telling you, most of them that's into it, you know what I'm saying, that type of gameplay, it's not only foreplay, you know what I'm saying, especially if you know how to dress the part, like, It's not only cosplay, it's like role playing. It's like role playing to them. It's like, yeah, like that shit is sexy. She fucking figured that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that part. So let me give her the next piece of the puzzle. Let me give him the next piece. Let me see where they actually will fucking take it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might miss the fact or whatever. Crazy ass. Like, fucking crazy. I don't know everything. I'm still learning a lot of shit, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes it's just like a journey thing. Either it's the journey thing or it's just like, you know what I'm saying, like understanding, overstanding what your fucking reality is. And it's like, well, this is what I'm thinking. Like, maybe sometimes somebody, I don't know, maybe all right, so maybe I'm getting a feeling like it's like maybe this is the curse that's over your family type thing. And like, I think you're the one that can actually break the generational curse within it. I look at it as such too. I'm open-minded to it. Thank you, Tap the Screen. Thank you, Christorm. I don't know if I'm right about that. Could it be that too? Like, it's like you got a curse over your family's head, this, that, and the third, or whatever. All right, bet. So I'ma just test you to see if you can figure this shit out. If it's not you, then it might be your next. It could be your next of kin, your next ancestor, whoever, you know what I'm saying, said. So it's hard to listen to people that's not in your family, that don't know what exactly is going on, and you're the one that's figuring out, and they can't even figure out, or they're not even allowed to fucking figure out their own generational curse, or they don't even want to set their mind, they don't even want to set their mind on it. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, like they don't want to set their mind on it at all. It's like, you know what I'm saying, you're going to figure this shit out or not, or you just going to keep on with the same process. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, otherwise, the next time that you are here, you know what I'm saying, planetary, I can't even say it, you planetary fucking being, you don't figure this shit out now, you're going to have to repeat the same process. I kind of believe in that shit. Because it's like, okay, maybe you were the one that was supposed to break it, right? Maybe you were the one that was supposed to be like, okay, all of this shit that's going on right now, this shit don't make no sense. As many stories that you can actually watch, and especially people watch the fucking ID channel. How the hell do you watch the ID channel and you're not like, oh well, this person's going through that, like, yo, I love her as an artist, or I love him as a fucking entertainer, or what have you. Or you don't even have to be an entertainer. It's just, you know what I'm saying, somebody put you in some type of scheme, a scam, or whatever. You know what I'm saying, like just like what you see with the Ponzi scheme. Or any kind of fucking scheme out there. And you're like, okay, why I'm not getting any returns? Why I'm not getting any investments? And why it seem like that I'm being, or even other situations where you're like, you start asking yourself like, yo, why am I being isolated? Why am I not making the money that I'm supposed to be making off of the things that I actually do? And then people like, you're not supposed to know this while you're not making this fucking money that you're supposed to be making because somebody's actually being a fucking gatekeeper. Okay. Like being a fucking gatekeeper. Figure that shit out. Like figure out who's doing it and this, that, and the third. Like I want, like some people get turned the fuck on, you guys. Like, oh, I know you're not gonna, yeah, thank you, Quiet Storm. Yo, I'm telling you, because that's what New York City, yeah, it's systematic, exactly. And people are fucking, there are people out there, they are turned on by systematic oppression, but they are also turned on by, you know what I'm saying, somebody actually catching them. It's like, you gonna figure this shit out or what? Are you that strong? Are you that brave? Are you that fucking courageous? Like they just question, like they're questioning your being. Like, I know you can't. I know you can't. Like, it's like you ever, it's like you ever go by, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna put this in an analogy, right? You know when you go by somebody's house, right? And you see that pit, you see that rock, you see that, you know what I'm saying, that rock walla. You see any dog, you see any fucking dog, huge dog. Or I should say, before you actually see the huge dog, you're walking past the house, and then all of a sudden the dog is just start barking. Motherfucker, like, you like, oh shit, that shit surprised the fuck out of me. And either you freeze, or you just be like, oh, okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're behind the gate, as they say, as social media, as anything else, like, they're behind the screen. You know what I'm saying? Like, You know what I'm saying? Like anything else, they're hiding behind something. But then you got to figure out what type of dog they are and what type of dog that you got to sit up there and fight, because you don't know if there's an open gate or not between you and that dog. You know what I'm saying? Either that motherfucker just come out and come and get you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends on the situation, depends on the fucking scenario. And I was just like, I'm like, oh shit, that's what the fuck I'm here for real, seriously. I know certain people don't understand why they're here, you know what I'm saying, purpose-wise, you know, like, they just like to use excuses like, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, well, this person is, you know, like, this person, I don't know why this person has this and this is down the third. Sometimes you're there. Some people's purpose is to actually figure out why they don't have certain things because of certain people, and they want them to actually figure that out because they might be a generational curse breakup. They don't even know it within themselves. And then you have people that actually, you know, like, they either don't believe in that, or they just like, oh, well, you know, like, they like to give up easy. So they're like, I don't want to grow up to be older than, say, 30, 35. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people actually tell themselves that. And then they go and kill themselves and like, and not knowing that they have a fucking life force within them. You know what I'm saying? And like, some people don't believe in that shit. They just like, yo, you know, like, I don't think there's any, you know, reason for me to live and this, down the third. And they actually think like that because a certain person died in their fucking life, and they feel like that they don't need to keep going. So they use other fucking excuses and mechanisms and shit like that and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be able not to move around. Well, I mean, life is not just about fucking moving around. It's also about thinking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and try to figure things out too at the same time. Well, I don't want to go that far and things like that nature. I mean, that's on you, but don't try to project that on me, because maybe I would like the actual fight. Because I have people sit up there and say, oh, you know, like, I've actually experienced people say, you know, like, oh, you're brave. Like, oh, I can never do that. This is why we're individual, and this is the reason why we're different. You don't want to do the work. You don't want to do it, and you don't want to free yourself. I mean, divergency, you know what I'm saying, being that divergent and shit like that, as they say, like, you know, like, you're really rebelling. Like, we all know you're not rebelling. How the fuck are you rebelling against somebody that's been going against you since you was fucking born? How the hell are you, how are you a fucking rebel? Like, all you trying to do is just live life. Like, trying to make it make sense. So then you gotta sit up there, and for what people actually, you know, like, the people who actually say, like I said, using that term, like, y'all still snapping pictures. I swear to God, I turned that shit the fuck off. Like, y'all still screenshotting and shit. So for me, it's like for the people who actually make, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the people who actually make, make those type of comments, and I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. For the people who make those type of comments, that's, you know what I'm saying, like, either they don't want to do the work because they use, you know, like, oh, I don't want to get old, or that person is old for no reason. You don't know what that person broke. You don't know what curse that they actually broke. You don't know what they realized. Just because you don't care don't mean that they don't care. That don't mean that, you know what I'm saying, the people that was affected around them and shit like that. It doesn't matter what the next person is actually saying, because you could claim your fame within the situation that you was in, that scenario and shit like that. It's like, it's really meaningless. It's really fucking meaningless when you have somebody that, you know what I'm saying, like, they can't even fucking pull their name out of nowhere. It's like, well, I don't want to do the work, but, you know what I'm saying, like, let me do the most meaningless thing, and then it's like, oh, well, why that person have such as, what are they talking about? Like, I experience this shit now. Compared to, like, and these are with the new people that's in New York. Compared to the people that was here before, and that was actually teaching their kids about that shit, it's like, why are you here then? Like, what is your worth? Like, you don't even, like, and that's when my question, I'm just like, yo, you want to take your life at an early age, and you didn't even figure out your own set of purpose, and like, to understand, or even go after, but you could go after, like, they could actually go after people who who are innocent to the fact they didn't even know what the fuck was actually going on in the first place. But the only thing that they could actually use as an excuse is just like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you're not supposed to get old and you're not supposed to use your brain. See you next. Oh, won't be seeing you next lifetime. They'll be here and shit like that until they actually figure the shit the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, until they actually want to do something within themselves. But I mean, goddamn, like somebody challenged. It's like somebody challenged them and shit like that. They could go online and accept as many fucking, you know what I'm saying, and comment on somebody else. But when it comes down to their own fucking life and their fucking own lifestyle and shit like that, there's no bravery. It's all coward shit. The only thing that they can actually use, like, huh? Like, make it make sense. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure this shit the fuck out. Now, I gotta sit up there. I gotta be scared. I gotta be scared for the way that I look, the age, all this other shit. And from a person compared to a person that's not even willing to stand up for themselves and they waiting for somebody else to do it for them. Compare that shit. Now we can sit up there and compare. Like the time of day on that shit is like, what were you create? Like, I don't understand how people are created for shit like that. Those are the same people that went, you know what I'm saying, like when there was protests and stuff like that, they stayed at home. They didn't stand up for shit. There was plenty of many times for me during the protest and I sat up there and I stood up, you know what I'm saying, like, I could like, you know what I'm saying, like, it could have been batons, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers could have, you know, like, getting shot and shit like that, but for somebody to just say, yo, I'm gonna go online and just do Twitter fingers all fucking day, instead of actually standing up to the fucking government, standing up to cops and shit like that, but I'm the one that's supposed to be worried about what exactly? Save me, come on, scapegoat, save me. Save me, save me. Like, what? But scapegoat, like, after you save me, I'm not gonna appreciate you. Oh, come on, scapegoat. Come on, scapegoat. Like, they're gonna fucking, like, yo, the way that they're gonna die, the way that they die is crazy. Those are the same ones that will have the same fucking process or repeat the same fucking mission, and they're gonna do it over. They're never gonna sit up there and stand up for themselves at all whatsoever, and they're gonna rely on another scapegoat until they actually have to figure that shit the fuck out. Like the cowardness, the what? The gall. That shit makes no sense. Yo, Quiet Storm. Like how dare you even step up to even say anything at all? Just stay quiet. Like they need to just stay quiet and stay within their ashes, the ashes, dust to us. You know what I'm saying? Dust to dust. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's like they already created, you know what I'm saying, their own urn. Like, just jump in already. Jump in your urn, like, cause, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they already created their own urn. Like, they already made the decision. Okay. I mean, cause there's more ways to fight other than just with your hands and shit. Like, most people know that like, I was brought up to just fight with my hands mainly, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain thought process, and I was just like, okay, I gotta learn certain factors. And people were just like, she's learning how to fight the other way with her brain, and I was just like, this gotta be the way to go. Cause there ain't no fucking way that I just gotta sit up here and fight with my fucking hands. Especially where you already know. Yo, Christ, you already know how, you know what I'm saying? You know how QB was, and it was just like, we just fighting with our hands, and like, we used to get, like, I used to get teased, like, to fight any other way other than with your hands, it was just like, it was frowned upon. I was just like, how the fuck is this possible? Yeah, I appreciate you, Christ. Like, that was the only way. Like, that's the only way that you can actually do this. Like, no, this is not the only way. I actually like to read. I actually like to know shit. I didn't know it was illegal. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. They supposed to be banning books now, right? They're getting to know too much shit. They're learning too much. We gotta take the books away. Oh my God, we gotta. You guys, remember one thing. Remember one thing. In order for you to get through life, you have to make up your own boundaries and rules within yourself. Because why? Because they do it. They're like, oh, well, you're not allowed to do this. What? What did you say? Huh? What? Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have so many excuses. Why the fuck can't you? They make up shit. Why the fuck you can't make up shit too? Now, mind you, I know I say a lot, overactive imagination, right? I know I say that a lot. The overactive imagination is a thing. Don't bring it too far. Like, don't bring it too far where it causes like too many. No, we had that already. Because, you know what I'm saying, everything that was going on and that shit was starting to create, you know what I'm saying, like an unhealthy balance. A lot of sexual unhealthy balances, as to say, where our country was going. You know what I'm saying? Because we was trying to figure out who was doing what. Like, literally, the World Health Organization. Who did it again? I don't want to get sick. I know I love living my life and shit. Like, what the fuck? I don't know, y'all. That shit is different as fuck. I'm tired of people using certain things as a fucking excuse. And it's like, okay, what else do you have to say? It's just like dealing with Black Tiger. It's like, oh no, you're stupid, you're an idiot, this, that, and that. I'm like, okay, so when are you gonna come clean? When are you gonna come clean? When are you gonna actually come out and say, you know? Because, I mean, even though he did, you know what I'm saying? Like, I caught him saying it. He actually did come out and say it. He wants to get caught, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wanted to. That's the most exciting part about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for him. I don't think he really want to do it no more either at the same time. But if I give him the opportunity to keep going, he'll do that shit. He'll be like, yes. Like, she's off of it. Like, what the fuck? So if you guys was wondering why the fuck my hair is like this, yeah, he plays every part of this shit right now. So it's like, he gets mad like the other day, right? So he sees my hair like this. Couldn't really catch me because whatever his team was doing, I love your hair natural. I love it too, but I want to change the color. You know, I like to switch it up. You know that. Like, I get bored quick, right? You know, I'm all about creativity because that's what this world is about. But when it comes down to him, and because, you know what I'm saying, like, because I changed my hair, and he's like, I guess his team couldn't catch me and shit like that, like, to actually get this whole Nikki thing or what have you going, where it's like, you know, like, let's just, because like I'm supposed to be an impersonator and shit like that, right? I guess without my permission, without the actual consent. And I don't look up to people like that. Like, when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying, like, I'll go back to it. The people that I looked up to, and especially in the fucking 80s, it was some really strong women. For me, Nicki Minaj is not a strong woman at all whatsoever. That's just what it is. I don't look up to her. There's people that I actually look up to, and she's not one of them. So for me, it was like Sybil Shepherd. It was like Murphy Brown. It was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not Claire Huxtable, but it was, even though she was a lawyer, that was the best thing that I loved about her. Damn, it was so, like, there was like this show called Designing Women, things like that nature. So that shit structured me like a motherfucker. Like, I knew who to fucking look up to, and I was just like, oh shit, like, these are women, they know how to defend themselves, they know how to, you know what I'm saying, like, because it was so much misogyny going on at the same time. It was just like, you're not gonna speak to me anyway. I know my race, like, you know what I'm saying, even though we're married and shit like that, like, you're not gonna fucking use me as a goddamn succubus, you know what I'm saying, like, you're not gonna fucking use me as a, hey, what's up, I got a pill bag. You're not gonna fucking use me as, you know what I'm saying, like somebody that's just gonna stay in the fucking kitchen and cook and clean for you and that's it, and have fucking babies or whatever while you sit up there and be like, well, you know, like when you hit a certain age or what have you, I'm gonna get a younger female and I'm gonna take everything from you. And I was trying to fight against that so much, and it was like, I felt like that there were people that actually was trying to stop me from being the person I really wanted to be. But it was like, come on, let's get into music. Be a rapper. I was like, damn. I like listening to music and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to dance to it. Well, come on, let's fucking get into dance and shit. And it was like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that shit. Like, why are you trying to force me into something I don't want to get into? And then here comes the fake competitions come in, and it's just like, yeah, well, I'm a female and look at my titties. I'm a female and look at my pussy. My pussy looks better than yours, and that's all I have to offer. And I was just like, damn, I already come from the fucking projects. Like, can I get a better challenge or the things that I need to be doing? Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least I could be proud of the way I fucking died. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that shit is gonna hurt you. You wanna be a construction worker? You wanna get into construction? No, that's not for you. You're too pretty, this, down, and third. Not knowing the whole time, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a whole mechanism to just say, we don't really respect you. Like, we don't really respect you, but we do need you for this type of fucking energy. You would be great, you know what I'm saying? You would be great to be an impersonator for somebody or whatever that we actually have in the futuristically speaking. Like what? Huh? So come and discover that, you know, like, you don't really, like, you're not supposed to have a choice. It's just like people who say, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like people who say, like, you know, oh, my destiny is to actually, you know, carry my family's fucking name. Even though, let's compromise, like, you know, like, let me just compromise the things that I really want to do, but I gotta hold this fucking business because my fucking family built this shit. Yeah, I'm happy. It's great. It's what I always wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's great. I'm fucking skillful in this shit. Makes me happy. Wonderful. Yeah. No, just let it. I'll just do this every day. Like, just do this shit every fucking day because my family wanted me to.